If you want to come to a still position to listen to this, then you can just completely take all the time you need to arrive there. You can have some side body bends, some neck rolls, some cat-cows, torso twists, or maybe you've had a long day. Maybe it's nighttime for you and you're ready to come to a still position right away. So just starting this practice off where you are starting it from. Meeting yourself where you're at. Letting yourself tune in to the body. Focus in on any areas that might need some extra attention today, some extra love. And no rush whatsoever, but whenever you are feeling ready to do so, you can come to a still position with the spine straight. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and you'd like to, you can allow your eyes to gently close whenever you are ready. And just marking your arrival to this practice today with a full and intentional deep cleansing breath. Long, slow inhale in through the nose, letting yourself fill up completely. Pausing for just a moment when you are full, just feeling what that's like. And as you need to, letting it go slowly. Slowly letting this air out of you. And pushing that final bit of air out of you, even once you think you're empty, to just truly empty yourself. And pause to just feel that emptiness. As you let your next breath come as it's needed. And you can breathe just like this for a few more rounds if that feels good, if it feels like you need it. But you can always release this guidance whenever you need to. And if you haven't already, you can release this control or guidance over your breath and let yourself come into the role of the observer or the witness. And simply witness your body breathing itself. Letting each breath come and go as it does. Just observing this natural function that your body is always doing for you. You just contemplate the way your body breathes when you are fast asleep. I'm just noticing the way that your physical body is, the shape that you are in. The posture that you have, the shape of your spine and shoulders and neck. And just noticing first, without adjusting in any way, just making note of where your resting posture is today. And if you're sitting upright, you can just imagine that the top of your head, the highest point in your body, is just almost magnetically being drawn upward. And at the same time that the crown of your head feels light and drawn toward the sky above you, you can also imagine that your sit bones and Your seat that is making contact with the ground beneath you is being supported and held and almost magnetically drawn toward the earth. And if you are laying down, you can just imagine that the soles of your feet and the crown of your head are being drawn in opposite directions. So just allowing for your full height, letting your body take up as much space as it was meant to take up. And just tracing that space between the back of your throat and down the spine into the pelvic floor. And just feeling the back of your throat align with the pelvic floor, with the pubic bone align with the navel, with the sternum, and the chin. And just feeling that center line of your body straighten out just a bit, lengthen just a bit. And at the same time as you're feeling this, you can allow yourself to be as wide as you truly are, letting the tips of your shoulders reach away from each other, letting your collarbones be broad, giving your heart plenty of room to breathe, releasing any sense of holding in your stomach, letting yourself take up as much space as you do, and not trying to make yourself smaller. Just being curious of how much space can you take up? How big are you? What is the fullest shape that your body can be in right now? And as you let yourself just be in this proud posture, let yourself relax into this posture. Now allow your shoulders to fall away from the ears just a bit. Allow your fingers to curl naturally, your hands to soften. The muscles in your arms release. The muscles in your glutes, hips and thighs, your whole pelvic region, softening. And your stomach, letting your stomach just rest where it is. And notice that as you release these areas, your breath is free to travel into them. Your breath can travel a little bit deeper with this softening of the body. And now letting your attention just rest on your face. Noticing any expression that's resting on your face. And then just letting any expression melt away as you allow your jaw to just hang into place. Your chin to completely soften along with your lips, your tongue, your cheeks, and your ears. Letting your nostrils soften. Your lower eyelids soften. The lash line softening. All those tiny little muscles that usually scrunch up when you squint. All those tiny muscles. Even letting those soften. Let the corners of the eyes just become a little bit wider. Even letting Your eyeballs soften, letting them rest in their sockets. The eyebrows and the forehead. As that softness and sense of release naturally expands to the hairline, all the way through the scalp, and just cascading down the rest of your body. Naturally softening even your brain, and just allowing your brain to be held by your skull. It's releasing that need to be a certain way, to feel a certain way. And use this time to become curious of how you are. Showing up to yourself as you are right now, not as you were yesterday, or as you hope to be tomorrow, or even an hour ago. Just taking a mental inventory almost of how you are right now. And sometimes when the mind is too loud and there's too much of a mess, maybe too many things to take inventory of as far as thoughts go. A really great tool for us is to take inventory of our body, of the physical things that are here. Because it's a clearer picture. And you can use this whenever you find yourself getting a little too wrapped up in the thoughts and the what ifs and how comes. And trusting that will help you with even taking inventory of the thoughts. Just having some moments throughout your days where you hit pause and check in. What is going on right now? Turning off all the noise you can from the outside and looking at all of the noise that's already going on inside. And just trusting that process, trusting that by taking little moments throughout your day to notice where there is tension, where there's physical tension in your body, and then softening that tension, that will bring some ease to your life. It will not fix all of your problems. Not everything will magically disappear and become better. But it sets you into that right mind space that you need to be in to make the choices that are best for you. Because at the end of the day, that's all life is. It's a series of choices that you make. And sometimes we can make some questionable choices if we are in a questionable state of mind. Or if we are listening too much to people on the outside of us, to people who claim that they know what's best for us, that they know what we need to do next. And sometimes we can get good ideas and some form of help from the outside. Of course, teachers are important. Lessons from other people are so important. But at the end of the day, you are all that you have and all that you need. And you have all of the answers of what steps you need to take next, of what things you need to do, of how you need to respond that serves you best. And just knowing that by acting in the ways that serve you best, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time, you will be serving your community best. You will be serving the people around you best. It's by constantly doing the things other people want you to do. It might seem like you are helping and making things better for everyone at that moment. But as time goes on, you only make things better by making things better in your world, for you, by being genuine and authentic to who you are and what you need. And by leading by example. And if everyone in the world could do that, a lot, if not all, of our problems would be solved. And just taking a moment to have a deep sense of gratitude for yourself, simply for choosing to show up today, for choosing to take a little bit of time out of your life to check in with yourself. And know that this is all you need to do. And we can sometimes make life feel so much more complicated, or the things that we need to do so much more complicated than it really is. When all that is being asked of us is to feel what we feel and not to change what we feel. Simply experience the life you've been given. And exercising your power to bring in more beautiful things to your life. So we do have choices to make. We can't control our situation and what's been given to us in any sense, but we can control our response. We can control what we choose to focus on and how we show up for the issues that are in our life, because we will never get rid of the issues. The pain and problems will be there. So our job is to just do the things and the practices that make that pain worth it, that remind you why life is beautiful. Remind you why we choose to live, even with the things that are unpleasant and hurt. For those little moments that come up that remind you how blessed you truly are to be in this body, on this earth, at the same time as everyone else on this earth right now is, and stepping into that magic, the reality of you and us. And just turning your attention now to your heart. Maybe placing one or both hands there if it feels right. And just feeling this pulse, your personal lifeline, your personal battery that has been with you your entire life and will continue to be. And returning to this reminder of your life, of you being a miracle whenever you need it. Remembering that there is nothing in particular you are doing to make your heart beat. It is a pure gift given to you, which alone is proof that you are worthy of this life that you live. And there's nothing further you need to do to prove that to anyone, especially yourself. Just the simple fact that you are here in this body alive is the proof of your worthiness of being alive. And if it feels right to you, if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can let your palms find each other in a prayer position at heart center. And just feel that beating of your heart toward your thumbs and pressing your thumbs back towards your heart. And taking a final deep breath into the body, just letting yourself fill up with this fresh new air. And as you need to, letting it go slowly, as you let go of anything that no longer serves you, as your head gently bows. And just taking this moment to bow deeply to the source of energy that is allowing your heart to beat, whatever you believe that to be. Bowing to the constant source of guidance and inspiration all around you, whatever that means to you. Bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and making the time for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, and may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and everyone that you see.